Welcome to NewYorkTrue.com. Last night I spoke with Bill de Blasio after a mayoral candidate forum hosted by the New York City Bar Association. In his closing statement, de Blasio raised concerns over civil liberties, particularly mentioning the unfolding revelations of the federal government's phone record surveillance and data gathering. I asked de Blasio about those revelations and how those national issues touch on city issues.
I think there have been clear threats to civil liberties throughout the history of this country. I think in the Bush years, the Patriot Act in particular constituted a huge threat to civil liberties. More recently, again, despite my tremendous respect for the Obama administration, we've seen these very troubling revelations around the Associated Press surveillance. Now, today, more revelations around surveillance of telecommunications. I think this is something we as Americans have to be vigilant about and fight to always ensure our civil liberties. It's a given, that's something we have to struggle for. Well, here in New York City, the same exact dynamic when it comes to stop and frisk. And I think the federal trial on stop and frisk has been very sobering. We are seeing overt racial profiling practiced regularly by the NYPD or certain elements of the NYPD. We don't have the checks and balances in place to stop it. We have a de facto quota system, which is pushing stops by individual officers even when they think they're not appropriate. This calls for a series of changes, and what I've said is we must do all of the above. We need a new police commissioner. I have a lot of respect for Ray Kelly, but only a new police commissioner is going to make the profound changes we need in stop and frisk. We need an inspector general who's independent and has an independent budget as a new, stronger form of oversight than we've had previously at the NYPD. We need a racial profiling bill to make it abundantly clear up and down the line that we will not accept racial profiling. If we don't do all of these things, not only will we not fix our police practices and our relationship between police and community, we won't show people of our neighborhoods that we're serious about these reforms. So this is a package that must be done as a whole if we expect real change.
And do you think that a mayor, a New York City mayor, has a role in the national discussion?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, the mayor of New York City is one of the leaders of urban America, certainly in many ways the chief spokesperson for urban America. And by virtue of the history of New York City, we've been the wellspring of progressive progress and movement in this country of policy changes that reflected values of tolerance and inclusion. A mayor of New York City has to be one of the guardians of civil liberties in this country and a strong voice for them. I intend to be that. But we have to first put our own house in order on the question of stop and frisk.